Hello darkness, my old friend. We're back on Mimas once again. Hello, greetings everybody peeps. 54 Bear here with a new stable start on Mimas. So we have a slightly different starting condition than before, in as much that everything is completely different. We have a fuel tank. We have our crates of stuff, which I will go through momentarily. And we also have no ice. No water ice, that is. So starting conditions are tougher. I'm just going to dump some stuff down here that I don't actually need. Going to do my usual thing. Dump everything that I don't need. Not going to bother making a divot. And because I'm an idiot, I have done this a couple of times before and I keep forgetting there's one little goodie that is kind of important. It's in one of the boxes and I can't remember which crate it's in, so I'm opening them all up. Here it is, this box here. I'll pull it out. Woo. You'll see there's flare guns, road flares, a couple of stacks of mining charges, and a mining belt. Now, unfortunately, with these new cardboard boxes, you can't choose what you want. You pretty much have to unpack the whole thing until you get what you want, and at which point the box disappears. Okay, so kind of set up for mining. I do want to get the tracking beacon out because I have an abysmal sense of direction and I will get lost. Okay, so as usual, going to do some mining. Oh, coal right near the base, that's good. Coal is still available, but it is in much shorter supply. The devs have changed the spawn conditions for some of the ore, for all of the ores. They've made all the ore vein densities less. I forget by what factor. I think the density refers to how much ore you get when you pick up a single chunk of something. So I think you now get less per chunk, but to, I guess, part way compensate for that, they've made the ore veins 50% larger. So net effect is you may end up with the same amount of stuff, but you are going to have to mine for longer. And that can be a problem because the battery power on the mining drills isn't what it used to be. I'm not certain when that changed. It was a while ago, but yeah, I mean, when you go out for a night's mining, expect to eat through the small battery that you start with. Alright, so we're almost at 3 stacks, that's good. As usual, we're going to want to get probably 4 stacks of coal, iron. I'd like to get as much coal as I can. We don't have a solid fuel generator. Can always build one, but coal is in such short supply that it's not the early game get out of jail free card that it used to be. So yeah, but we do need coal for steel, and we need steel for bigger suit batteries and insulated tanks, insulated pipes, and other goodies. I'll leave that iron there for the moment. Want to make certain I get some some copper and gold. I think I saw gold over here. Oh, lead, that's handy. Oh, no, just rats. Alright. That looks like coal over here, so I shall clean out this deposit. I mean, I dislike making huge holes right close to where the lander is. On Mimas, usually there's very little reason to depart from the lander area that much. Usually I only do that on either Mars or Europa, purely because of the way the mountains are situated, and in both of those planets you're going to be relying on solar a lot. Here, solar is just not an issue. We don't even get the basic solar panel in the starting crates. It's not a huge loss. You really don't get anything. You don't get any meaningful amounts of power from solar on Mimas. The sun is so far away, and even when it's up, it spends a considerable part of the day behind Saturn. So, yeah, it's of very limited value. Not quite certain why they gave us a second mining belt. I'm glad that they did. It's useful, but it seems an odd choice. And yeah, obviously the big change is no water ice. Don't really know why they did that. And I'm not an astrophysicist or anything like that. I have a passing interest in cosmological things. But it seemed to me that water ice is something that would be more likely to exist on the outer planets, given its distance from the sun and everything else. I think if the devs wanted to make it a really interesting challenge, they'd give us water ice, but you wouldn't have any oxide, or significantly reduced amounts of it, and or volatiles. Doubtless somebody will make a mod, which I may try out, which will remove all the ices from Mimas, and that will make it a very interesting challenge. I will pick up some of that. Obviously we're going to be rushing steel, kind of rush steel on every planet these days, so we will need the gas furnace, and for that we will need some volatiles to fire that puppy up, although I've already got a full stack, don't even need that bit. Right, didn't get that much coal from here, but that's okay. Right, we'll pick up some of the oxide as they give it to us. What I usually do is aim to fill the base at the beginning from oxide supplies that get dropped rather than the tank. I keep the tank primarily as the refueling mechanism for the suit tank, and you reduce the pressure in the tank each time you fill up the suit, so it becomes less and less effective. So I don't want to make it any less effective by using that gas to fill up the initial hab. At least that's the thought. They gave us oxide. I'm going to use it. It'd be interesting to play without using it, and I might do that someday. And I will pick up a little bit more iron as we're here, because we will go through a metric crap ton of it, maybe even an imperial crap ton. Actually, I will pick up a bit more oxide as well, because I do have the second mining belt I can fill up. And then there's all the empty slots in my jetpack. I missed that bit. Well, that's almost 5 stacks. I'm going to call that good enough. That's exactly 5 stacks. And of course, darkness now, and absolutely no idea where I am. Hence the need for the tracking beacon. Oh, that looks like coal. at this stage, having additional stacks of it would be beneficial. So, well, just about everything there is full, so we just swap the belts over. It's good that we have some close to the base as well, and that will get used up. I'm not going to go crazy with the coal, because I only need it for making steel. Ultimately, I may put a solid fuel generator into play and, you know, convert the coal to solid fuel, but that's going to require a fair bit of infrastructure, and, you know, the initial power thing is going to be using the small portable generator that uses gas fuel. Oh, it's nitrous. I thought for one awful moment they'd given us water. Yeah, the portable generator, if you have any thoughts of using it to fill up the big station battery they give you, abandon that right now. They've hit that with the Nerf back quite hard. I haven't run it with a configuration cartridge to see exactly what you get from it, but according to the dev notes, I think it's down to 600 watts now. Ooh, gold. Excellent. I'm not going to need that much of it, but I'll pick up whatever I can. I may not even run the gold through the arc furnace. I think I can get the furnace built fairly quickly and use that to smelt pretty much everything else. I just have to get the initial batch of copper and iron smelted in that, then it will go bye-byes and probably get recycled. I should just pick up what I can see easily and then move on to find the copper. And probably silicon as well, because I'm going to need that for the insulated tanks. I did forget that one time. I got a little bit distracted and bypassed lots and lots of silicon out when I was mining, didn't bother picking any of it up, and then had to kick myself in the patootie because I wasn't able to make any insulated tanks and everything. Now, you don't need an insulated tank or pipes even to make use of the Stirling generator, but it makes a lot more sense. So it's probably worthwhile going for that. Okay, I'm okay for iron. It's really copper and silicon now. Those are the things I need. And yes, I am running a few mods. None of them are ore specific. I have one on the headlight, which gives you much better illumination. I figure if you're game recording or streaming on Mimas, especially where it is so dark, yeah, having the extra brightness, you know, just makes the videos that little bit more watchable. I also am running 3 mods connected to paint cans. One of them is the infinite paint mod, so that means your paint cans never expire. I'm running another one which is the color cycler mod. I think that's by Elmotrix. Ooh, copper. That allows you to just exist with a single can of paint for the entire game. You can change the color just by using the scroll wheel. To be honest, it's an absolute godsend. And the other one, which I think is also Elmo, is the network painter. So you paint one piece of pipe or cable and it changes the color of every connected piece of wire and or cable to that color. very useful. Excuse me, very useful when you're dealing with, I'd say, late early game wiring issues, and you want to make certain that you are connecting to the right network. Want to make certain that everything is connected. You just, paint one piece of cable, it changes everything, and you can see straight away if there's a piece of wire that's on a different network. It's an absolute wonderful mod. I would never play without any of those paint mods. Okay, how much have we got? Ooh, not even a full stack yet. And I've already drained the mining battery, or the mining drill battery. So, let's put that over here. Figure out what I'm going to live without. Angle grinder, I think. Now, sensor lenses are going to become a thing because the ore vein density is less, and it means you have to mine more chunks, and the ore veins are bigger. Then, being able to find stuff on Mimas in the dark with this terrain color can be rather awkward. So I may go for the sensor lenses earlier than I would do normally. I think normally I go with a heavy mining drill before the sensor lenses, but in this particular instance I probably will not, because it's much easier when you know where the ores are or in what direction you have to go. It's still fun blasting through it with a heavy drill, to be honest, and I will get that, just probably do the sensor lenses first. Alright, let's see if I can get another stack of copper out of this. So 2 will be fine, I think, to be going on with. And then I do want to get a bit more silicon. Oh, not quite. And I may jump cut or speed up part of this mining thing, as I recognise this is not the most riveting of content. Now, obviously, the Stirling engine is going to be our primary source of power for the early part of the game. They're pretty good. You can get 8,000 watts out of them, so it makes it whole orders of magnitude better than the little portable gas generator they give you. Although the portable gas, it's our only source of power, short of the small portable solar panel, which is useless on most planets and a complete waste of space on Mimas. You're never going to get enough charge out of that. Okay, this is good, so maybe we'll go for a 3rd stack. Alright, let's pick up a bit more oxide, because we will need a bunch of that for the initial hab.
Power low.
Okay, that'll do. So there we are. Whole day wasted on mining. I really do want to get more silicon, but can't see much. That looks like nickel. That's good. Oh, copper right here as well. That's good. Okie dokie. Right, so we will get things ready. Where's... Oh, it's in my other thing, isn't it? I'll just leave that out of there. Right, this doesn't need to be open. These don't need to be open either. Right, we'll shut this off and we will get building. So we start with a stack and a half of frames. Oh, silicon right there. Duh. Let's see where we're going to build this thing. Now I do like having a view of Saturn out the back, so where I'm standing this will be like the entrance. How many is that? 5. Okay, that's good. Right, so we will put our entrance here. Our furnace will go there. And want to get our little survival hut thing going, because we will need to breathe. Going to make this a little bigger than the last one, because I was a little short on space for some of the things I wanted to do inside, and it was just a little bit problematic trying to get everything in one place. So most of the stuff you're going to want, usually the way the devs have tried to do this is set it up so that you're working, when you're setting up the base, you're working with one crate at a time. Like the idea of it. But certain things have moved. And it's not immediately apparent where everything is. So it'll take a bit of getting used to. Right, I'm just going to single weld these ones for the moment, just so I've got somewhere to dump stuff. And I will expand this section a little more. Okay, so I'm going to want to put the arc furnace down and the auto lathe. I also need to put in some doors, and for that I'll need those. Put down these, grab these. Iron sheets I'm probably okay with for the moment. Electrical supplies, okay. Nicely labelled. It will take me a while to fully get to grips with this. Right, we'll grab the power thing and we'll grab a single battery. And that's not the way I wanted it to go. Yeah, damn it. That way. Yeah, OCD trigger alert. I have to fix that. There we go. Alright, so we'll open these up. Do detest that you need a crowbar to open these, but such is life. Okay, now the arc furnace, we'll just put this out here for the moment. Dump those. I might as well put down the auto lathe. I think the auto lathe is going to go here, but probably there. Want to give myself enough space for the battery there, I think. Maybe a bit more space. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where that's going to live. Right, we can dump some of these things that I don't actually need at the moment. And we can get busy with some smelting. So first off, Well, I'll do a whole stack of iron. Get that done. Okay, so this is the only source of power we have. And I will just unpack it. 1, 2, 3. And everything goes flying. Cardboard box disappears. Right, I shall put this up here for the moment. I'll put it there, I think. It won't live there for long. And let's see, wrench this one down. And it's not on the thing well enough. There we go. Now we do get some heavy cable. This thing produces so little power, there's absolutely zero point in wasting time with it. So right, this I'm going to want a 3-way like that.
Hydration critical.
Yeah. Okay, so this will give me power into both of the APCs, and I'll also put the small battery charger in there as well. Let's see, how am I doing power-wise? 28%, that's kind of okay. Alright, so we've got our first lot of iron, and I'll just do that, and this will give us our gas furnace. Okay, where did I put the cable? Oh, there it is. Oh. Which way around do I want to do this? Yeah, I guess this way, I think, for now. Okay. My sheets and screwdriver. All right. So we're getting there. There's me iron. Now I do need to set up the vent and the doors. So we'll grab that. Grab the other battery. Airlock supplies. Good. I need that. I'm not going to bother with the passive vent just yet. I do need some pipes. I do need my doors. And I need that just because it has a spare battery in it. There are batteries in here, so I will pick that up. That's just the food stuff. This is the Sterling crate. This insulated canister, it's nitrogen, so it's not actually the best gas. I'm not even certain if I will use that. I may just build some ice crushers and get some volatile straight off the bat. So I want the small battery cell, so I have to unpack it twice. There we go. And we'll put the small battery charger up there so I can access it when it's in the airlock or not. Get the spare batteries in there so I know where they live. Okay. Now we should be able to print up the gas furnace. And whilst that's printing, we can take care of, yes, use the big battery in here, turn it on, and making extra special care, we do not choose arc furnace. We do not want 2 of them. While that's doing its thing, we can put in the airlock for our little survival hut. And put in that. Oh, okay, that wiring is actually going to be inconvenient, so I will temporarily relocate it. And that should be okay. Now, I believe 3 pipes will be enough. Then we'll bring them out through the corner of the door, like so. How's this doing? 54%. We're okay. Weld those up. Dump those. Crowbar. Now I do need something to eat and drink. And just grab this whole thing and put it over here so I can remember where it is. And down here I have my initial starting thingies. Let's pick up the Atmo analyzer as well, why not? The rest of that stuff can live there. And let's grab that battery, put it in here. I'm obviously not charging anything up just yet. And just for simplicity, I'm going to wire up the power for the doors. Sometimes this is a bad idea because I forget that this is not actually a functioning airlock. Right, now we have 1.2 kPa in our waste tank. Close this off. We have a vacuum in here. That's going to be set to suck. I will open that. That will give me 9 kPa of warm gas. So all I have to do, put this in my hand for a few seconds, wait for the pressure to go up, put it back away. So now I've got 75 kPa in here of plenty warm enough. Wrong button. This one. Unlock and open the helmet. I can munch my chewy bar, or most of it, and probably drink most of the water. There we go, 16% left. Lock, close, oops, and we'll...
Low pressure. Oxygen low.
I did it the wrong way around
Critical.
again.
Oxygen critical. Temperature critical.
Yep. That's number 107 on the list of 7 ways to die.
Power critical.
Okay, so we have been fed and we have been drinked. Now we put in no, this is not going the way I wanted it to. Now, I want to get the... There we go. Prefer it with a gauge on top. Right, so sticking half out, and just there is exactly where I wanted it. The amount of times I've done this, I should be fairly familiar with how these things go, like which buttons I have to push in which order. I always screw it up. Okay, so, and the welder doodad. Right, that's where I want it. Let's give myself a little bit of a platform to work on. Just because I hate falling down holes. Okay, now I will weld the rest of that up, but I need some pipes. So I'm going to connect it to the output. I'm going to allow for a valve, really just for emergencies, if I get it badly wrong. I tend not to, but because I've said it out loud now, I probably will. It's much better to have a safety release valve that you don't need than to not have one that you desperately do. Okay, I need the valve. Oh, actually, I'll grab the passive vent and the valves. As I said, this is just really for safety's sake, not always necessary. Okay, so I have enough for my first batch of steel right there. Then we can smelt the rest of it. So good starting mix to do a large thing. I'm going to do... See, half of that is going to be 18, 19. Well, let's just do half and half. It's 13. And do half. Oh, great. Do. Alright, I will get that going to power up the little batteries. So it's not much, but it'll do. Right, so sunlight's coming up, so if I hold the ice in my hand, it's going to melt. So I'm going to want 13 oxide and 25 volatiles. I'll put the smaller stack in. That way I only have to click 13 times to get all that melted. Put in my stack of volatiles, and I should only have to click once. There we go. Lots of temperature, lots of pressure. So this gauge is going to go up. It's going to get into the red. I'm not overly concerned because I do have a safety release valve if I need it. And I'll get the first batch of steel done. And then I'm just going to run everything else through in descending order of temperature. So what that means is I'll do the silicon first, then the iron, then the copper, then the gold. Okay, and that is my first batch of steel. You see, we're up to 50 megapascals. Now, it is going to go up, though. I'm not saying it's not going to explode. I'm just hoping it won't. But the advantage of having so much gas at such a high temperature is it stays hot for much longer. Yeah, so copper next. Getting close to 60. Things may explode yet. Obviously, you want to make absolutely certain you don't drop any oxides in or anything like that. Okay, so that has given us our starting supplies. Lots more building to be done. Ideally, I would like to get an insulated tank and some insulated pipes built so that I can harvest all of the stuff from in here. Unlikely to happen. I have to build the hydraulic pipe bender. In fact, let's get that started. I'll just get all the ingots moved over. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to need... Actually, how much do I have in there? Maybe... Yeah, it's just the gold I need. Alright, so... Dump that in there. It will only print one, so that's good. Means I can get busy on getting the rest of the base built. Oh, did I pick up all of the frames? I guess I must have done. I did. Where did they go? Ah. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Power critical.
And yeah, that's because I feel like building a little bigger this time. Well, see how that goes. Now I should get this out of here. Portable scrubber is useful. It's a shame you can't put stuff back into cardboard boxes, all these cardboard boxes. They're just temporary things which will evaporate as soon as they're empty. Okay, we'll swap out batteries. Yeah, we're good, I think. So now I'm going to need to print up some more iron sheets. I don't know exactly how many I'm going to need. My mathematics, when I'm figuring it out, always go sideways. But because we're on Mimas and the view is so nice, it's going to be all window. You do get a little bit of benefit, well, not say benefit, even though the sun is weak and so far away and you don't get it for much of the day, you do get some thermal energy from it. Initially, the problem is going to be the the base is going to be too cold. But I don't want to go through the process of trying to heat it up. Right, iron sheets. I thought I had a load. I have 9 there. Right. Oh, I have 50 in my hand. God. Okay, there's me pipe bender. So let's get that built. And we'll do the usual thing of putting it up there, just because I like it. Of course, that is the thing that has no battery in it. Well, that we can fix. Yeah, and I know I'm kind of wasting fuel at the moment with the generator going. I'll just shut that off. And there is a battery slot in it as well, so you can actually charge a battery up on directly in there. Right, let's get the because I know I need 2 for that. Let's get these single welded for the moment. Just so nothing falls through. Okay, so what do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 24 more to do the base. Another 24 to do the ceiling. Yeah, we're going to need a lot more iron sheets. I don't even have enough to do those. So we should be out of iron there. Right, well, and we do need a separate room for the sterling. So I'll probably print up almost all of those. Now, I could go with steel frames and stuff. I don't really want to do that. Steel is in short supply because of the relative inaccessibility of coal, or scarcity, I should say, of coal. And I know I'm going to need steel for the insulated pipes and tanks and stuff, and you can't do without those. Those are absolute must-haves. So they're going to take priority. Right, that might be enough. Right, that's all the welding done. Let's get the roof on. Now, this is a much bigger hab than I normally go for, but to be honest, the last one felt a little cramped, especially now they've got showers in there, and I still might go with a cryo tube type thing. It would need the nitrogen to get significantly cooled. Right, so I got 20 walls left. That might be enough. Right, I think we're going to be a couple short. I'll do the outer wall first. Okay. Now windows. Now this is going to require a fair amount of oxide to fill up, so I will probably go on another little mining run just to get some, and I will leave one of the windows empty for the moment, just so I've got an easy way of getting the big canisters inside. Okay. And with the OCD challenged, all of the lanes should go in the same direction, so hopefully no one's going to have a fit that way. Now I could just refill or fill up the hab with the oxygen container. Really don't want to do that. I'd much rather keep this for filling up the bottles or the oxygen bottle for the suit. Right, let's go grab the water one, and I'll probably grab the seeds as well, or the hydroponic stuff. One of the benefits of having an ultra-wide monitor is it does give you the ability to see a little bit better how you're moving stuff. But another option is hold down shift and scroll back, and you can use third person. Which I dislike. Alright, what else do I need to get inside? All of these stuff can get yeeted through the walls or whatever. This one, yeah. Should really play around with the mining charges as well. I'm going to go backwards through here. Hopefully. There we go. Just dump that. That sterling stuff, that can wait there for the moment. Well, these I'll just drag the bits that I want. The fire extinguisher, by the way, it has a liquid container in it, but it's full of liquid CO2. Airlock, that will follow later, as will the battery stuff. Alright. My normal habit is whatever the first active vent I pull down is, that's where the data disk lives. Alright, what does this have in it? Oh yeah, of course we now only have soybeans and mushrooms. So yeah, surviving is going to be mushroom soup. Alright, yeah, I should really finish getting this done so I can build those insulated tanks. Squirrel syndrome. Oh. really throwing the wrong things around today. This is the way I prefer to do the, of course this is going to be, I'm going to try connecting to the data port there, and I don't want it to do that. Be really nice if these printers had wiring that came out the back rather than the front. Then this kind of setup would look a lot nicer. But yeah, having the cables like that, it gets them out of the way so that you can access all of these stuff. Even though you can walk through the wires, you can't reach through them. It's a little annoying. All right, so I want insulated tank. So tank insulated. So I'm going to need copper, steel, and silicon. There's my silicon, and copper, and throw my steel in there. Oh, I don't have enough silicon. Oh, I'd completely forgotten about that. All right, let's get some insulated pipes, because I'm going to need a bunch of those. At the very least, I can replace the exposed pipe here, which will hopefully not. Well, actually, it's not the pipe that's radiating the heat. It's the furnace. Having them in a welded frame, fully or partially, provides some insulation, but not much. The only true way of doing it is put the furnace inside a hot box, and we don't have the resources to do that just yet. Although, having said that, what's the temperature? I might be able to get a bit of silicon out of this. Yeah, don't like making big holes near the base, but in this case I will make an exception, because it's here. Well, I honestly don't know if this will work. It may cool down a little bit too much, or not. It's one of the advantages of throwing so much gas in there at the beginning is, as I said, it stays hot longer. Okay, so, right, we should be able to do the insulated tank now. Now this would do 2 of them, but I only want 1 to begin with. Right, the other thing I'm going to need is a couple of volume pumps. Iron and gold. Oh. Did I use up all the gold? No, I didn't. Okay, didn't think so. Alright, so I want 1 to begin with, but I'll print up 2. Alright, so where is it going to live? Yeah, I think I should put it up here. So yeah, as predicted, didn't use that. Oh. And I really need to get some of these things out of my jetpack inventory. Don't need that, don't need that, that, all that. Those out of the way. Let's get a bit more of the insulated pipe because I will need a load of that. 35, that's fine. Oh, no, shit. I knew that was going to happen. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to want to get two volume pumps on this. I'm not exactly certain how I want to do them though. Usually I do a T like that and have one volume pump going in and one going out. There might be a better way. If I do, let's see, if I had mastered the direction of this, it'd be so much easier. Alright, so if I did it that way, one like that, and one like that. I don't like the pump sticking like that though. Yeah, I think I'll go with this way. Alright, so I'll need to run some power out to these volume pumps. Now the tank I will put oriented that way.
Power low.
So I'm going to want to have like that. So this will allow me to use some of the actually we have enough. This will allow me to recycle some of the gas into the furnace again should I need to. Right, so once those are powered, I can get stuff into the central T section, which will pump it in there, and I can also pump it out into the tank. So I do need to get my electrical stuff done, and for that I will need more cable. Where am I going to bring that around from? High or low? High, I think. Let's get that hooked up to some power. Reason for running it in up like this is at some point I will have some transformers on it. At least I think I will. Cutters. All right, now this will chew up the battery a lot. Those APCs, sorry, those volume pumps chew through battery power at quite a rate. So I'll put in the big battery in there. Going to turn these off. Let's see how we doing gas-wise. Oh, okay. So that'll keep things powered up. While that's happening, I will turn this on, boost up the power. So we can have some 800 degree Kelvin gas going in here. Not the best, but certainly good enough. And that process will take a while to drain this. Once it's done, obviously I can go, I will need to do some more mining and do some more smelting. But the next thing is going to be building the Stirling generator room. And that's going to be off to the side here, I think. My intention is to put the base battery in here. So the Stirling will just feed straight into it. And it's kind of close to my my current source of hot gas. So that's the plan. Obviously I need to get more oxide to fill that. The amount that I have right now is woefully inadequate. Yes, a stack and a half, that wouldn't get it up to even the basic breathing requirements. But yeah, that's what we shall be doing. Hopefully you found something useful, something of interest, something to snigger at. Join me in the next one, why don't you? 54 Bear, out.